everybody doing on this fine Canada Day? Fantastic. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here with us. Good morning and welcome to Canada Day 2023, presented by the Rotary Club of Lionsgate, North Vancouver, with great assistance from the shipyards, the City of North Vancouver, and the District of North Vancouver. We couldn't do it with all of our community partners. My name is Carol Johnston. I'm a Rotarian with the Lionsgate Rotary Club, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies today. So just to get started, we're going to do a few housekeeping items to start the day off right.
Bonjour et bienvenue au Jour du Canada 2023, présenté par the Rotary Club of Lionsgate, Vancouver Nord. Donnez un applaudissement pour le Fell Pipe Band pour un tel bon début de notre journée. Je m'appelle Carol Johnson, membre du Rotary Club of Lionsgate, Vancouver Nord, et je serai votre maîtresse de cérémonie aujourd'hui. Quelques affaires à y prendre compte. Washrooms are located on the north end of the Splash Park, where you can also find defibrillators in case of emergency. The Rotary Information Center is located underneath the large crane. Please report lost and found items, bring lost children or report lost children. St. John's Ambulance is immediately across from the Rotary stand. Should there be a need to evacuate, please move calmly north to assembly points along the esplanade. Activities include Neptune Terminals, First Nations and Young Artists, which are located on the Burrard Dry Dock. The C-SPAN Children's Games area is on the Kate's Landing near the quay, and community displays throughout the shipyards.
So, as Maya was just saying, our housekeeping items for today. So we've got the washrooms off to my left, your right, just at the north end of the Splash Park. Also, if you require at any point, and we hope you don't, there is also a defibrillator there. The Rotary Information Center is under the REMAX tent here, under the large yellow crane. Anything about Rotary or lost and found, if you're trying to locate a lost child or you find a lost child, please bring him here, please. Yeah. Other than that, I think, did you do it in English?
I did it in English.
Okay, perfect. So Maya's done all this for me, so that's perfect. She's got my back, and I love that. So it's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mela come up and do a song here, possibly two, and then we will be getting ready for the official opening. Thank you.
You've done what you said you would do. Could I get some vocal in the monitor, please? Couldn't do. You've gone back to her. You never told her about me. Nothing about me, nothing about me. So you look so good, thank you. So good, so good. I said I want you on. I guess not, I don't want her. I said I want you to be happy. I guess that means with me. I said I want the best for you, but I guess I want what's best for me. Wouldn't have been the same without you. You will try to make me feel better. So you feel better, you feel better. I hope Charlie. Okay, okay, okay. I said I want what you want. I guess not. I don't want her. I said I want you to be happy. I guess that means with me. I said I want the best for you, but I guess I want what's best for me. Been over my head. I don't wanna leave this bed. I know what I said. I didn't realize you would take my breath from me, capture it so madly. Oh, broken lines, messed up times, got me running free. I said I want what you want. I guess not. Canada, I don't want her. Yeah, I said I want you to be happy. I guess that means happy with me. I said I want the best for you, but I guess I want what's best for me. I don't want none of that shiza. I just want you to be happy with me. Oh, I said I want what you want. I said I just want you to be happy with me. Here we go. I said been singing for, well, since high school. And no one's ever asked me to start early. As in, hey, you're gonna go on at 12. And then they're like, wait, can you add more songs? Okay, I've got more songs. And I was requested this song. I didn't think I'd have time for it. Sure, it's nice to make time, isn't it? Perhaps that's one of the most difficult things to do. Staring at you, nothing I'd rather do. Where are you? Take me somewhere I wanna be. Are we real? Am I dreaming? Maybe we're in heaven, we just don't know it yet. Everything changes by the way we're looking at it. Maybe there are places no one is a stranger. Maybe this is heaven, baby. We're the angels. A thousand questions stealing away my time, losing patience, falling between the lines. Now you're with me, where in the light disappear. All that's left, still breathing. Maybe we're in heaven, we just don't know it yet. Everything changes by the way we're looking at it. Maybe there are places no one is a stranger. Maybe this is heaven, baby. We're the angels, where there is no one-way sign, no dark dark secrets to deny, hidden meanings of a lie. You know exactly what you want to find. Maybe we're in heaven, we just don't know it yet. Everything changes, look at it. Maybe there are places no one is a stranger. Maybe this is heaven, baby, baby. Maybe we're in heaven, we just don't know it yet. Everything changes, have a way of looking at it. Maybe there are places no one is a stranger. Maybe this is heaven, baby, and we're the angels. Maybe this is heaven. What do you think? You think we're in heaven? It's one way to think about it. My name's Melanie. I'm just giving you a little taste of what is to come. I'm going to take a short break now because I'm exhausted.
Round of applause. Thank you so much, Mel. So I would like to start today's event by respectfully acknowledging that we are on the traditional and unceded territories of the Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh nations. The Rotary Club of Lionsgate, North Vancouver, is committed to reconciliation with these nations who have lived on these lands since time immemorial. Please welcome Chief Janice George, a hereditary chief of the Squamish Nation.
Nous sommes situés sur un territoire qui a longtemps servi de lieu de rencontre et d'échange entre les peuples autochtones, notamment pour les nations Squamish et Tsleil-Waututh. Nous saluons et remercions les divers peuples qui ont enrichi de leur présence ce territoire, accueillant aujourd'hui des gens de partout dans le monde.
Tanoya Pinsequatal, Ayas Chaptanoya, Ayas Chaptanoya, Japemias Yam Koshamansna, Tinachin Tlas Nakas, Kohok Mishukumeo, Anwanakton Squallowin. Anwanakton Squallowin, I'm here with a respectful heart. And I just said peace to every one of you today. Peace to each and every one of you here. It's an honor to welcome you to this beautiful place. I don't know if people have gone down to the pier, but my husband and I designed the mural that's painted on there. And the mural depicts it was 1867, the Great Fire of Vancouver, when our people were over on this side and we saw Vancouver burning down. And our people jumped in our canoes and went over there and helped the people that were standing in the water with their possessions on top of their head. I think of that today. I think of those ancestors that did all that work for us to be here today. All the things they went through for all of us to be here today. I wanted to read a little bit of my respected ancestor, Chief Dan George. Oh God in heaven, give me back the courage of the olden chiefs. Let me wrestle with my surroundings. Let me again, as in the days of old, dominate my environment. Let me humbly accept this new culture. Through it, rise up and go on. I shall see our young braves and our chiefs sitting in the houses of law and government, ruling and being ruled by the knowledge and freedoms of our great land. So shall we shatter the barriers of our isolation. So shall the next 100 years be the greatest in the proud history of our tribes and nations. And this he said on the 100th anniversary of Canada. I also want to quote Jup Kane's speech when he was talking to the Indian agent in Sinnock. We want you to write strongly about this land. It is our home. He was speaking to the Indian agent. Our ancestors are buried here. We are willing to let the railroad pass through our land, but no more. We hope you can protect us. My people implore you to do this. We wish to cultivate this land, to look upon it as the home of ourselves and our children who come after us. It's so important for us to remember what those chiefs said, how they looked at the land and how they thought about how we're going to take care of the land. And I think these words have something for each and every one of us to understand about the land that we are on, how we revere the land, how we treat the land. And I think these words are so important because we all have to work together to do this. So I encourage you all to make a connection with this place, learn a little about the people that lived here before, because we all have something important to share with each other. Osiam.
And now please welcome the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, Children of Takaya.
Squire, Octanoia, Stanshana, Seweka, Chwalchwalit Oth, Mechap Ois, Taslewit Oth, It's Kopmisht Melk, Oichaipa, Wis Mayap Ak Tis Seats, Nech Canada Squile, Tis Seats. I'm just saying good day and welcome to our territory as we celebrate Canada Day. Just thanking you all for being here. Like was already mentioned, we are children of Takaya. The first song we shared with you, we call it Not Slolum. It's also known as a morning song. The next song and dance we're going to share with you is Schwauchen Slolum, also known as the Swan Song and Dance. Shayapa, thank you. Once again, that was our swan song and dance. The next song and dance we're going to share with you is the Takaya Slolum, also known as the wolf song and dance, also known as the clan dance. Hoi Chaipa. Once again, that was our wolf song and dance. Just want to let everyone know we're also known as a wolf clan, meaning that our first grandfather was raised by wolves. He lost both his parents when he was just an infant child, but he was very lucky that he was found and adopted into a wolf pack. Next song. So this young boy, also known as our first grandfather, like I said, was raised by wolves. And as he grew, before long, he was a young man. But he looked around and he noticed he was the only one of his kind. He didn't have any fur or feathers or fins. He didn't slither or crawl on the ground. So this left almost like an emptiness inside of him. He was very upset. And one particular day, he hiked up high on this cliff that overlooked the inlet which is right back behind you here. And he, like I said, he was very angry, he was very upset. But in that moment, the Creator spoke to him and gave him a vision. And in this vision, he saw himself diving off this cliff into the inlet. So that's what he did. He followed through and he dove off this high cliff into the inlet. He swam down to the bottom and he grabbed some earth and rocks, as much as he could collect with his two hands. He made it to the surface and he swam to the shore. And in his vision, he collected this rock and earth and he made this nice circle with cedar boughs on the beach. And he put this rock and earth and sediment in the middle. And he was so tired, he fell asleep. When the sun came up over the mountains the next day, he woke up and laying next to him was a beautiful woman. And again, Creator spoke to him and told him that she is a gift directly from the womb of Mother Earth to love her, respect her, and cherish her. So this is a story of not only our first grandfather, but our first grandmother, also known as our creation story. So the next song and dance we're going to share with you is our nature song and dance. Chayapa. Once again, that was our creation story and our nature song and dance. Just want to take a moment here, like was already mentioned, we are children of Takaya. This drum and dance group was started by our late ancestors sometime back in the 1950s. The songs and dances were composed by our late relatives, Robert George and Chief Dan George. So just a way to share a little bit with the non-Indigenous, share a little bit of who we are and our heritage. At one time, some of you are familiar with the potlatch laws here in Canada, meaning it was illegal to practice our ways, our traditions, and our culture. But at one time, what you see here would have been illegal. Some of our people would have been arrested, thrown in jail, or even killed. So our ancestors, from what I was told, they went underground. They had to practice our ways, our culture in secret. So we are very lucky to be standing like this, doing what we do, singing our songs and dances. I just want to take a moment and introduce the people who stand here. Just introduce our group here. So from the left, we have Watsuk Tsamats, also known as Elsie Gus. Next to her, Sitsats Tanat, also known as Layla George. George, yeah. Okay. In front of her is Seth George Jr. Next we have Wachawat, also known as Ariana Green. Next to her, Robert George Jr. Next to him, we have Siikes, also known as Seth George Sr. My ancestral name is Tsialton, also known as Robert George. So the last song we're going to share with you here today is Skiakal Toch Slolum, also known as the Slahal Song and Dance. Just want to also thank the organizers for allowing us to be here today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Hoi Chayapa.
Our First Nations family. Thank you so much indeed. Now, if I can please welcome our mayors. Please welcome Linda Buchanan, Mayor of the City of North Vancouver, and Mayor Mike Little from the District of North Vancouver to share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carol, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Linda Buchanan, the Mayor in the City of North Vancouver, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here today and share the stage with my colleague, Mayor Mike Little. Before I begin, on behalf of my council, I want to welcome you to the City of North Vancouver and to the shipyards. It's a pleasure to be able to host everyone today. I would like to also acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional territories of the Squamish and the Tsleil-Waututh Nations, and thank them so very much for sharing their lands with us. And I would also like to say that these lands and waters, as reflected by the words of Chief Janice George, remain so important to the nations, and they're committed to these lands and waters, and it's important as we gather and celebrate that we recall and honor that this has been their home since time immemorial. I also would like to just say that it is the first day of the 100th anniversary of the Squamish Nation's amalgamation, and there is a large board over there that speaks to all the activities that are going to be happening through the month, many of them happening here in the shipyards, so I would really encourage you to come out and celebrate with us as well. I think it's also important on this day, as we celebrate Canada, that we reflect on our nation's history and really take the time to recall what our nation's history has been. And as we move forward together, and again, in the words of Chief George, as we work together to build a more inclusive and welcoming community, we must do that together, and we must reflect on our past and make sure that we do better for today and for everyone moving forward in the future. I would encourage you to take the time as well today to, if you can, if not today, then other days, to go up to Minova, our North Vancouver Museum that has an amazing displays that speaks to who we are as North Vancouverites, but who we also are as a country and what our development has been with our Indigenous communities. So with that, I want to welcome you again to the City of North Vancouver and Canada Day. It's a great day, it's warm, and I would be remiss, I am a public health nurse as well, so I do have to say, please make sure you are drinking lots of water. There's a splash park over here, and it isn't just for kids, it can be for adults too. And in the true Canadian way, I would say, please make sure that you are checking in with your neighbors and friends, particularly our most vulnerable children and seniors, and making sure that they are not being overcome by too much heat, and that we take care of them. So happy Canada Day, have a fabulous day celebrating, and I will turn it over to Mayor Little, and I'll let him do all the thank yous to the organizers.
No, it's a great pleasure to be here with you today. So great to come to our public spaces and meet each other. And you know, one of the really great things about multiculturalism in Canada is that you get to take all the things you like, the music, the dance, the food, and really just celebrating with each other. And it's one of the really great things about Canada Day. I wanted to say a special thank you to all of the organizers, people who gave their time and talents to put this event together, specifically our friends with the Rotary Club here locally for taking a leadership role. Thank you for all of your work. Thank you. I see Elko over there, but I think Stan's got the yellow cap on as well. Say hi to Stan if you get a chance, and say thank you to your Rotary Club. But it also takes a tremendous amount of volunteers, people who took time preparing and planning for the event and putting it all together. And during COVID, we lost a lot of that. So I really just want to reach out and give a big hug and thank you to all of the volunteers who stepped up to get these things going back again. They're so important to our community. On behalf of the district, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you, mayors, for being here. If you have to be in this job, I'm not sure how many of you know what it takes, but I can't imagine. So I want to thank Linda and Mike for just being with us and initiating community events in the city to keep us together, which is very important these days, and to keep it together. So thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you very much, Stan.
So ladies and gentlemen, my speech was starting with good morning, but we have passed that. So we are now good afternoon. My name is Stan Van Workens, and I am the president of the Rotary Club of Lionsgate. We're looking forward to a wonderful Canada Day filled with togetherness, gratitude, to help us honor our territory and nation we call home. Our Rotary volunteers have worked hard to make today an event for everybody. North Vancouver has an array of talent which will be showcased for you on this stage, on the pier and on the docks. The Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh Nations, the North Vancouver business community, are all participating with us today and to providing tremendous support. So are the several community groups and the emergency services we have here today. It's important to keep hope alive for the preservation of future progress for the next generation. The next generation is in front of us, hard at work. So let's support our community, our young artists, the playing children, the volunteers, and the future will be full of progress. When you feel like doing something for somebody else, this is the time to reach out to any of these community groups and put yourself in front of it and maybe join some of these groups. There are an humongous amount of need in our community to help each other. So thank you very much. We look forward to your engagement. Welcome everybody, enjoy each other, help each other. Happy Canada Day. Thank you.
Bonjour, je vous présente Stan Van Workens, qui est le chef du Rotary Club de Lionsgate, ici à Vancouver-Nord. Nous avons hâte d'une fête nationale pleine d'unité, de gratitude, de nous aider à respecter notre territoire et nation. Nos volontiers ont beaucoup travaillé à créer un événement aujourd'hui pour tous. Le Vancouver-Nord est un réseau de talents qui seront exposés pour vous sur cette estrade, le quai et sur les potons. Les nations Squamish et Tsleil-Waututh et la communauté d'entreprises de North Vancouver participent tous avec nous aujourd'hui en donnant d'énormes soutiens, autant que de plusieurs groupes communautaires et services d'urgence. C'est important de garder vivante l'espérance au progrès pour les prochaines générations. Ceux-ci sont devant nous, en travaillant fort. Supportons-nous, notre communauté, nos jeunes artistes, les enfants qui jouent, les volontiers, et notre futur sera plein de progrès. Quand vous sentez faire quelque chose pour quelqu'un d'autre, soit aujourd'hui ou au futur, faites-le. Le stand Rotary sous la grue chez la tente Remax Crest et aussi d'autres groupes vous cherchent pour votre engagement et nous vous souleverez. Bienvenue, amusez-vous bien, aidez les uns les autres et joyeux jour du Canada.
And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Honourable Jonathan Wilkinson, PC, MP, North Vancouver, Minister of Natural Resources. Jonathan, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Canada Day. I do want to begin, as other speakers have, by acknowledging that this event is taking place on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Squamish, the Musqueam, and the Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. Canada Day is an important time to celebrate our sense of belonging and to recommit ourselves to those values of openness, equality, fairness, freedom, inclusivity, and diversity that define what it means to be Canadian. In a world where these values are increasingly under pressure, it is very important that we are affirming these values as we gather today. At the same time, today is also a time to take a moment to contemplate and reflect on all aspects of Canada's history. The words that I began with, the acknowledgement that we are living on the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples, reminds us that we cannot ignore some of the darker parts of our past. Our focus on reconciliation with Indigenous peoples in Canada remains a priority that we must and shall all work towards today and every day. Le Canada est un pays démocratique, un pays valorisant la liberté, l'égalité et le traitement pour tous, la justice sociale et l'état de droit. Canada is a democratic country, a country that values freedom, equal treatment, social justice, and very much the rule of law. In a world where democratic values are increasingly under threat, our continued commitment and resolve is an inspiration to many around the world. In this regard, I do want to say that as a country committed to democracy and the rule of law, Canada has been a leader in supporting our democratic friends in Ukraine. who have been so courageously fighting Russian aggression and Russian oppression. Canada is a tapestry of cultures, languages, and traditions, and it is our diversity which in part makes us strong. We celebrate the contributions of Canadians from all walks of life, regardless of background, religion, or ethnicity. Nous célébrons les contributions des Canadiens de tous horizons de vie, quel que soit leur milieu, religion, et ethnicité. Our commitment to inclusivity ensures that every Canadian feels valued and respected, enabling us to tap into the immense potential of our multicultural society. Going forward, we can and we will continue to build bridges, promote understanding, and stand united against discrimination and hatred. I often say that the best way for folks to fully appreciate Canada is actually to live abroad for a year or two. When Canadians who do this come home, they are very clear as to how very special this country is. In my mind, even with all of our challenges, Canada remains the best country in the world in which to live. This Canada Day, let us celebrate our achievements and the values that define us as a nation. Let us renew our commitment to reconciliation, embrace our diversity, and continue to foster a sense of resilience in the face of adversity. Together, we can continue to build a future that is prosperous, inclusive, and sustainable for generations to come. Ensemble, nous pouvons construire un avenir prospère, inclusif et soutenable pour les générations qui nous suivront. J'espère que vous aurez beaucoup de plaisir et je vous souhaite tous une très bonne fête, mes chers Canadiens. I hope you enjoy the festivities today, and I certainly wish you all a very happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Honourable Jonathan Wilkinson, for being with us today. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Honourable Bowen Ma, MP for North Vancouver, Lonsdale since 2017. Minister of Emergency Management and Climate Readiness, and we have also the Honourable Susie Chant, MLA for North Vancouver Seymour since 2020, Parliamentary Secretary for Accessibility. Susie, Bowen, please join me.
Hawk squal to noya, hawk them squallowin quins quatch nomia, nilta to mayok, yam musquium, erskohomish, islewata, Bowen Ma, quinsna, chenkumantomia. So what I said in the very, very little bit of Squamish Sneechum, the Squamish language I know is, hello everyone, it warms my heart to be with all of you here today on the territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh. My name is Bowen Ma. I have had the honor of serving as MLA for this area here, North Vancouver Lonsdale, since 2017. I also serve as Minister of Emergency Management and Climate Readiness. I'm here with my colleague Susie, who will be able to introduce herself in a little bit as well. We're so honored to have been invited to say a few words here. So grateful for the work of the Rotary Club of Lionsgate, and Stan, you and your volunteers, amazing. We really have to emphasize how much work goes into planning and putting on events like this. And I also know that when Stan and his team are going through his itinerary and they're trying to figure out what to put on stage, they're thinking, oh, you know what, this is the part of the program that everyone comes for, okay? Everyone is just so excited to come to Canada Day to hear politicians talk at them for a long, long time. No, so I know that's not what you're here for, so I'll keep it short. I don't want to have to repeat all the wonderful things that my colleagues have already said about Canada, the importance of reconciliation, recognizing the land we're on. I also want to note, though, that today being July 1st, there are actually numerous reasons to recognize the day. One being, of course, Canada Day, and we're also grateful to be able to live here in this wonderful country. The second reason to recognize the day is it is actually the start of a month-long celebration for Squamish Nation's 100 years of amalgamation. So 100 years ago, 16 families that form together what is now known as the Squamish Nation came together, and they're actually celebrating 100 years this year, this month. They'll have events all through the month. The third The third reason to recognize today, actually, and I didn't know this until recently, is today is actually Chinese Railroad Workers Memorial Day, another extremely important part of our history, where over 17,000 Chinese workers came to help build the railroad. Thousands of those workers died, and today is actually a Memorial Day for that. But the fourth reason to recognize the day, and this one is possibly, you've really got to note it, okay? It is the 9th birthday of my 2 cats today, okay? So put that in your calendar and make sure that you don't forget that for next year. They'll be expecting treats, lots and lots of treats. With that, I'm gonna pass it on to my amazing colleague, Susie, who actually represents North Vancouver Seymour, the rest of North Vancouver just over there, because I am so, so proud and grateful to be able to work with her. She is amazing. Susie?
Hi there. Thank you, Bowen. Thanks very much for having us. Wonderful to see the amount of people here, the amount of preparation, the amount of organization, and the amount of fun that people are having. Thank you very much to the Rotary. Thank you very much for everybody for being here, for enjoying Canada Day together as a community, and for being together again, which is wonderful. I'm going to keep it very short because everybody said everything that needs to be said. My name's Susie. I'm Susie Chant. I'm the MLA for North Vancouver Seymour. I'm also the Parliamentary Secretary for Accessibility, which means I'm working on a barrier-free British Columbia for all of us. Glad everybody's here. Have a good day. Happy Canada Day. Thank you. Oh, here, it's our turn.
Thank you, ladies, for being in the public today is not an easy task. Criticism from left, from right, from the front, and coming from the back. So it is not easy, and it is much needed support that we need for all of us. So thank you very much, Susie and Bowen Ma, for what you're doing.
Very good. Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, President Stan. And now, without further ado, I would like to welcome back to the stage the amazing Melanie Decker and her sensational sidekick, Alan Rogers. Let's have some fun, everybody. Enjoy Canada Day.
I wanna wake up with you wrapped inside me. I wanna watch your eyes open, be the first thing you see. I wanna talk about everything and nothing. I want you to laugh at me. I wanna spy on you through an unfamiliar crowd. I want you to search for me, I wanna be found. Oh, I wanna suddenly decide to go. Don't care where follow. I'll take you to my secret spot. I'll show all the precious things I got. Edge of town, cut across the tracks, through the fields, through the woods, through the trees. Take the trail to the cliff, to the end of the beach, where the stars hang down in reach. Follow, I'll take you to my secret spot, and I will show all the precious things I got. This bridge and on the ridge, where the sky meets the sea, meets the sand, where the moon meets bright on the star-filled night. I know you'll understand. I'll take you to my secret spot, and I will show you all the precious things I got. Ooh. The edge of town, at
the tracks, through the fields, through the woods, through the trees. Take the trail to the cliff, to the end of the beach, where the stars they come and reach. Follow, I'll take you to my secret spot. I will show all the precious things I've got. Follow, follow.
Happy Canada, everyone. We're having a fabulous time down here at Lonsdale Keep. Lots of action, lots of entertainment, and lots of fantastic food. Come on down.
here for sure. So let me love you, it's meant to be. me a new eternity. The river clayded, the mountain caved. I'm ready to smoke this fire. I'm ready to smoke this fire. I'm ready to smoke this fire. Yeah.